This is the place to continue to establish space dominance.
3, 2, 1.
You just saw it for yourself. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth on Redstone Arsenal this afternoon to help present new signage for the future home of Space Command. It's where we start. I'm Kenesha Dees. Secretary Hegseth stepped off a plane this morning at Huntsville International Airport ready for a full day leading up to welcoming Space Command to the Rocket City. But what got us to this point? Space Command was established in 1985 as a unified combatant command headquartered at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs. Space Command was then disestablished in the wake of the September 11th attacks before being reestablished in 2019, headquartered again at Peterson. In 2021, the Air Force identified Redstone Arsenal as the preferred location for the new Space Command HQ, and on September 2nd of this year, President Trump announced Space Command would officially move to the Arsenal. That brings us to today, where the Secretary of the Department of War helped unveil new signage for Space Command headquarters. However, he also visited employees at Boeing's Huntsville facility and thanked them for their service. Hegseth will also visit the Missile Defense Agency and is holding meetings with Army acquisition counterparts to discuss modernization efforts. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman explains the Secretary's visit.
We're here on Redstone Arsenal, and you can read it for yourself. Home of U.S. Space Command. A lot of prominent figures in the state joining Secretary of War Pete Hegseth in the sign unveiling today. It's a moment the Rocket City has been waiting for years. This open field will be the future home of U.S. Space Command.
In some ways, today is symbolic, but it's not. It's a recognition of a full speed ahead, full steam motion to ensure that we break ground, we move, we build, we move people, we move capabilities, right where it should be as quickly as possible.
Secretary Hegseth was joined by many state leaders Friday afternoon, kickstarting the transition to Huntsville, moving the process of relocation forward.
When you're looking at national security, which is what this administration continues to do, is put the American people front and center, that this is its rightful home. So we're going to keep moving forward.
Huntsville earned this. They deserve this. Should not have been delayed as long as it's been delayed. But we righted the ship, and I'm glad it's here.
The sign unveiling comes as Colorado's lawsuit challenging the move of Spacecom headquarters from Colorado Springs to Huntsville remains up in the air. However, Alabama Representatives Dale Strong and Mike Rogers believe that won't have an effect on future plans. From Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
While Hegseth's arrival was welcomed by many in the Tennessee Valley, others were not as excited to see the Secretary of War in the Rocket City. Around 20 people gathered at the old Madison Pike overpass you see there by the Space and Rocket Center to protest Hegseth's visit. Those who attended say they're protesting in response to the recent strikes on the Caribbean, with the protest organizer believing Hegseth shouldn't have a place in the government.
I believe that he is not fit for his station that he is appointed to. He is not a credible anything. He's basically just a TV person trying to impersonate the Secretary of Defense.
We'll have more from our coverage of Secretary of War Pete Hegseth's visit to the Rocket City tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. Blue sky right in front, or I should say behind our station. It's a beautiful day. We had warmer weather, me without a sweater. I mentioned it before, I mentioned it again because we're soon entering official winter. Joining us tonight is Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. I enjoyed the sunshine, but I'm afraid this warmth won't last too long.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kenesha. I hope you did enjoy the 60s today because we're not expected to get anywhere close to the 60s heading into this upcoming weekend. Now, we've had a nice day and it looks like we've got a nice night ahead of us as well. Looking outside the parkway, it's nice and clear. We'll remain clear for the rest of this Friday night and into our Saturday as well. Temperatures for the overnight tonight, for the most part, going to be staying above freezing. We could see those few isolated areas that do drop a little bit below freezing. What I mean by that is maybe 1 to 2 degrees below freezing, but for the most part, we're above freezing. Mid-30s tonight expected in Huntsville. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll continue to stay under a mostly clear sky. Now heading into Sunday, that's when we are expected to see the coldest air return. We have a weather impact alert day in place for the entire day on Sunday due to the fact that we won't be getting above freezing for over 24 hours. So coming up later on in the show, I'll go into depth about our weather impact alert day for Sunday, and I'll tell you when we can expect to see another warm surge of air heading our way. Kanisha.
Thank you, Emily. Monday marks 1 year since the disappearance of Huntsville realtor Ronald Dumas Jr. The Huntsville Police Department is once again asking for information that could help solve this case. Dumas was last seen last year on December 15th at Mid-City Liquor in Huntsville. Here's surveillance video capturing those moments. His car was found abandoned on I-40 near Memphis the next day. Arrest warrants have been issued for 5 people connected to the disappearance, with U.S. Marshals arresting 2 people, Quintarius White and Kiara Clark, in connection with that investigation. Huntsville Police is asking anyone with information that can help investigators to call the number you see on your screen, 256-746-4135. Dumas' family is also offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to Dumas' whereabouts. The city of Owens Crossroads has filed a lawsuit to shut down the all-girls behavioral facility known as Pathway. Pathway of Madison County has faced backlash after reports of girls running away and rioting inside for years now. The city renewed Pathway's business license on August 5th, but only if they met certain conditions, including only housing girls, requiring a low to moderate level of care, and installing a fence around the property. Pathway has failed to meet these conditions, and according to court documents, the city accuses Pathway of being a public nuisance and allowing criminal activity, including numerous assaults. A Union Grove man behind bars tonight on 5 charges of possession of child pornography. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and various other agencies executed a search warrant at a home on Wheeler Drive in Union Grove yesterday. After the search, police arrested Alec Higginbotham. He's charged with 5 counts of possessing child pornography and 5 counts of displaying child pornography. He's held in the Morgan County Jail on a $200,000 bond. In Tennessee, a Pulaski man now faces a rape charge after a months-long investigation. According to police, they executed a search warrant yesterday at a home on K Drive after a man allegedly had inappropriate contact with a child. Police arrested Michael Hawley, pictured here, and charged him with rape. He's held in the Giles County Jail on $250,000 bond. Pulaski police say this is an ongoing investigation and more charges may be forthcoming. One day after being released from ICE custody, Kilmar Abrego Garcia spoke to his supporters today. Garcia was wrongly deported to El Salvador earlier this year and then brought back to the U.S. to face criminal charges, which included a stay at a detention center in Tennessee. FOX54 told you yesterday a federal judge released Garcia yesterday and blocked the Trump administration from detaining him again. Speaking to his supporters, Garcia says he plans to continue fighting for his freedom.
No importa lo que este gobierno diga, al final yo sigo creyendo que este es un país de leyes, un país de justicia, y sobre toda esta injusticia que se ha hecho, vamos a llegar a su fin.
Regardless of this administration, I believe this is a country of laws, and I believe that this injustice will come to its end.
This new order will stay in place until a hearing can be held. In the meantime, the Trump administration and the Department of Homeland Security plan to fight the ruling. Back here in the Tennessee Valley, if you live in Jackson County, you may experience power outages tomorrow morning. The North Alabama Electric Cooperative announced they're conducting a planned emergency outage at their Limrock station. This will affect residents living off Highway 35, Plantation Point, and Woodville. The outage will start at 9 a.m. and last between 4 and 6 hours. If you have any questions or concerns, you're asked to call the NAEC. Decatur Utilities wants you to know they're starting a quality control leak survey Monday. You can see on your screen where testing will be done. The survey will check and fix leaks in all natural gas mains and business and commercial service lines in Decatur. While driving, you're asked to watch out for slow-moving cars on streets throughout the city. They'll look something like this. Also, watch out for technicians walking near the road and using equipment. DU says work should be done by March 2nd. A landmark signing today could shape the future of energy and employment in North Alabama for decades to come. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission and the Tennessee Valley Authority signed a 20-year extension at the Browns Ferry Training Center in Athens today. FOX54's Logan Alexandra Russell was there and tells us the significance of this extension.
Today, we witnessed a major milestone that secured the future of energy production in the Tennessee Valley. The Browns Ferry nuclear plant secured a long-sought 20-year extension on its operating license. This renewal allows the facility to continue its mission as a major power source, providing power for hundreds of thousands of homes in the Tennessee Valley. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission and TVA officials say the extension is crucial for not just providing energy, but also maintaining jobs in the area.
You can extend the life of this asset for another 20 years, and I firmly believe another 20 years beyond that. that means we continue to provide some of the lowest cost electricity in the country. That's really what it means. It means that grandma and grandpa's power bill is going to continue to be one of the best in the country. It means that single mom who's trying to raise their kids is not going to have to make a decision to pay my power bill or my water.
Browns Ferry is already TVA's largest generating asset and the third largest nuclear power producer in the U.S., producing almost 4,000 megawatts of power, enough to serve an estimated 2 million homes across the Tennessee Valley, with TVA planning to add up to 244 megawatts of additional energy over the next 10 to 15 years. In Athens, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Today's announcement comes on the heels of the plant's 50th anniversary. The Browns Ferry plant recently allowed Fox 54 to tour the facility, which you can find on our website, fox54.com. Governor Kay Ivey signed an executive order today strengthening the recruiting of National Guard troops in Alabama. Governor Ivey authorized the deployment of 200 more troops to Washington as part of President Trump's Making D.C. Safe and Beautiful mission. The order also includes financial incentives to anyone who gives a potential lead to recruiters and gives bonuses to Air National Guard recruiting personnel for exceeding the number of Guard members they recruit. The Senate set to vote to confirm Jared Isaacman as NASA's next administrator next week. You may remember President Trump originally rescinded his nomination of the tech billionaire in late May before recently renominating him. On Monday, the Senate Commerce Committee approved the nomination in an 18-10 vote. Majority Leader John Thune filed cloture on the nomination, setting up a vote by the entire Senate next week.
We took it upon ourselves to raise as many as we could since it's such a simple item.
A simple item can help in so many ways. High school students donated thousands of socks to help keep the community warm. We'll tell you how just ahead.
This weekend, Huntsville gets a taste of Germany. That's right, the Christkindl Market is back at the Orion Theater. We'll tell you what to expect after the break.
A beloved holiday tradition with European roots is back in Huntsville. Arts Huntsville and the Orion Amphitheater are once again hosting the Christkindl Market, bringing artists, food, and festive fun to Mid-City. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala is live at the Orion Amphitheater right now, where Huntsville's Christkindl Market is underway. Valentina, are you feeling the Christmas spirit yet?
I am feeling the holiday spirit, Kanisha. I've been here since they've set up, and they have completely transformed the Orion. They have music in the background. People are starting to shop. So if you're looking for a way to kick off the holiday season, the Christkindl Market is a must visit for sure.
That's awesome. And Valentina, it looks like there's a lot of booths selling items. Anything you're tempted to take home tonight?
Oh, I have been eyeing the food. So I'm kind of in between I kind of go based off of what I'm smelling at the moment, but right now I'm kind of smelling hot dog and I'm kind of smelling funnel cake, so I might just have to get both.
Oh, there's a sweet and savory. That's a tough one. But any tips for people heading out in the cold?
So I actually had to double jacket up. I did some high kicks right before this. Just moving around. As you move around, you will get warm, but definitely pack for the cold and bring an extra jacket.
That's good. Keep your limbs moving. I hear there's something new this year. Anything you want to tell us?
Yes, so they actually told me that they have gnomes hidden all around the Orion. At first, I thought they only meant little stuffed gnomes. I can see 5 in the corner of my eye, but now I just saw they take all shapes and forms. They have some as plants. They're among us, quite literally. I am so curious to see how many there are around here.
You're making me want to go out there. Thank you so much, and stay warm, Valentina. It's Fox 54's Valentina Chalala reporting. And if you don't have time to come out today, the market will also be open tomorrow, but it will be closed on Sunday due to weather. We mentioned how chilly it is. All right, coming up, it's sunny and warm today, but I hear the bitter cold is coming. Details on warming centers in Huntsville up ahead. Which, Emily, how cold are we getting?
We're going to be dropping into the teens heading into this weekend. Valentina had the perfect example of what you're going to want to wear heading into this weekend as well. I've got your full forecast coming up right after the break. Stay with us.
A simple item can make a huge difference for people experiencing homelessness. The Jobs for Alabama's Graduates, or JAG State Ambassadors, is wrapping up a major statewide service initiative in Huntsville. The JAG Ambassadors delivered thousands of new socks to the Salvation Army on Seminole Drive today. The service initiative was inspired by the fact that socks are one of the most requested items at homeless shelters.
We took it upon ourselves to raise as many as we could. Since it's such a simple item, it's easy for us to fundraise it as a school. If we can all come together in leadership and community, it would be great to give back with something so simple that can be so much bigger than what you expect.
And what a way to give back. The ambassadors are distributing more than 10,000 socks to Salvation Army shelters across the state. To learn more on how you can help, go to alabamajag.org.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
A clear and blue sky has turned into a clear and dark sky out there. Temperatures today were nice and warm. We saw the upper 60s. No, we didn't. We saw the low 60s this afternoon. I'm wishing we saw the upper 60s because heading into this weekend, things are going to take a dramatic change temperature-wise. We are tracking one of two cold fronts that are going to be affecting the Tennessee Valley. This one right here going to drop temperatures just a little bit tomorrow afternoon. We're still looking to remain a little above average, but we definitely won't be as warm as what we experienced today. But this second cold front that's back behind it, that's off to our northwest, that's what's going to be dropping our temperatures dramatically heading into Sunday. So temperatures right now still hanging out in the low 50s. We're at 50 right now in Pulaski, 52 here in Huntsville, 51 down in Coleman, 54 in Russellville. Fort Payne has dropped to the upper 40s, sitting right around 49 degrees. Now the Rocket City Marathon begins tomorrow. It is going to be a cold start, so definitely want to wear warmer clothes than you probably usually would. But by the time we get near the end, temperatures should be hanging out in the low 50s, and we will continue to see dry weather for tomorrow as well. Now heading into Sunday, that's when things going to change. We've got a weather impact alert in effect all day Sunday for the entire Tennessee Valley due to the fact that temperatures aren't expected to rise above freezing for the entire day on Sunday. Now, so far, we've only got one county in our market area that is under the cold weather advisory. We don't have any word on whether this is going to be extended to the rest of us, but for now, Giles County is included within this. This is going to go into effect at midnight on Sunday, last until about noon on Sunday, due to the fact that wind chill values could potentially reach the negatives. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a cold blast of Arctic air move into the Tennessee Valley throughout the day on Sunday, so temperatures actually going to fall throughout the day on Sunday. But once you factor in that wind chill, we are expected to potentially see wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour heading into Sunday. We could potentially be feeling like the teens, even single digits heading into late Sunday night. Wind chill values for the most part are expected to stay in the teens for the day on Sunday. Now we do have a little bit of precipitation in the forecast. It looks like it's going to come late Saturday night. Should be over with by a little bit after midnight on Sunday. And if this does turn into some sort of wintry precipitation, it will be in the form of freezing rain or potentially even sleet. We're not expecting to see a winter wonderland by any means. Roadway is not going to be impacted by this either. Road temperature is going to be staying well above freezing. And because we could potentially see those wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour, that's going to keep the roadways dry as well. So we will be seeing a clear sky heading into Sunday, but temperature is going to be extremely cold. Now we do have a little bit of a warm up heading our way. In fact, we're on a little bit of a temperature roller coaster, upper 50s for tomorrow. We drop into the 30s on Sunday, and then by about this time next week, high temperatures return to the low 60s. Kenesha?
Yes, and speaking of that weather, if you're looking for a place to rest and escape the cold, the city of Huntsville and various local organizations are planning to open warming centers Sunday. You can see where the warming centers are located right there on your screen. The Living Room, First Stop, Downtown Rescue Mission, and Salvation Army warming centers will all be open Sunday night and Monday morning. Huntsville Transit also providing free rides from the warming centers Monday, and HPD is offering free rides outside of Huntsville Transit operating hours. The city is also asking you to donate blankets and paper products, which can be delivered to the living room. Give the gift of life by donating blood tomorrow. Live South Community Blood Centers are hosting the 6th annual Joy of Giving blood drive. Locations include Madison, Coleman, Decatur, and Florence from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For donating, you'll get a $10 e-gift card and a limited edition t-shirt while supplies last. You can find donation addresses at lifesouth.org. Competitive anglers, if you're fishing for a win, here's your chance right here in North Alabama. Bassmaster released the 2026 Nitro Boats Elite Qualifier scheduled today. You'll get the chance to see world-class fishing talent at the Lake Guntersville Qualifier. That's November 11th through the 13th. Bassmaster called Lake Guntersville a, quote, powerhouse that will challenge anglers with shifting fall bait movements, big schools of bass, and world-class ledge fishing. Bassmaster also says there's still spots open to participate, which you can register for at bassmaster.com/opens. All right, Mo, what's happening in Lauderdale County?
Well, one of their former high school standouts will be the first UNA Lion to enter the ASUN Hall of Fame next spring. We'll chat with her next.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Happy Friday, everyone. The University of North Alabama made the jump to Division I back in 2018. Since then, the school has won 3 ASUN team titles, 1 ASUN individual championship, plus an all-sports trophy. Now, another step on the journey as one of the school's first D1 athletes is being honored as one of the best to ever play in the ASUN Conference. Ivy Wallen joined the UNA women's basketball team back in 2016. The Lauderdale County High School alumni made an instant impact as a Lion as she averaged 18 points per game in her first 2 years with the squad. Going into her junior year, UNA became a Division I institution, and she still shined, becoming a 2-time ASUN Conference selection, leading the league in assists twice. Wallen is still the UNA women's basketball scoring leader with over 1,700 points scored, and she'll be inducted into the ASUN Hall of Fame in 2026. She's the first UNA athlete to receive this honor. Very impressive for someone who had no clue that they were going to play Division I basketball when they were getting recruited out of high school.
I don't know, I just kind of laugh about it, and I also feel like I put a lot of work in when we made that transition to get better and get stronger and be able to compete. But yeah, I joke with my husband. I met him after I graduated UNA, and I always tell him, I used to be good. Like, I keep telling you this, like I used to be good.
Here's a word for her husband. Yes, she was very, very good. I've got the highlights from the past to show it. We'll have more with Ivy and her former coach coming up tonight in sports at 9 on Fox 54. Kanisha.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Mo. Also coming up on Fox 54 News at 9, the Secretary of War makes a stop in the Rocket City for more than Space Command. Find out what Pete Hegseth did in Huntsville. And a display that could be just as dazzling as the Northern Lights hits the weekend. The details about a meteor shower tonight at 9. Before we let you go, check this out. A holiday party in England got a little wild. Look at it. The animals at the Whipsnade Zoo got into the holiday spirit early with their own holiday party. You can see the lions there. Zookeepers brought seasonal foods and gifts for the animals, including a tree-shaped ice block for the penguins, Christmas trees for the elephants, and gifts with snacks stuffed inside for their macaque monkeys. Well, all we see are the lions playing with the gifts, but they're tearing it up.
I was about to say, they're not playing, they're destroying.
They really are.
They're tearing it up. But there goes the elephants. They got their Christmas tree. Very cute.
Elephants are actually really mean. Can you
They
believe
are?
that? Yeah, they
I
are.
thought they were sweet and very smart.
No, they're mean, and they will take you out with your trunks. I got really into National Geographic for some reason over the summer.